I studied fashion design, apparel design and merchandising in Temasek Polytechnic in Singapore. I have many different dreams when I was young, and one of it is being a boss. I think it's influenced by my parents because they were entrepreneurs. So I thought it's natural for me to do something like this when I grow up. And that's why right after graduation, I started my own business. I was always interested in clothing, I would say, not really like fashion. But since young, I used to dress up in my mother's clothes, and my parents did bridal wear, so I pretty much grew up in their workshop where it's full of dresses and gowns and models, photo shoots. So this was like my childhood, and it's just really normal for me to be with in an environment where it's filled with clothing, fabrics. Yeah. Paid job, non-paid job. If it's non-paid job, I think it was being a model. Yeah, I started modeling for my parents' business since really young, because they do kids' gowns as well, like little girls, like what do you call it, flower girl. So I started out really young in front of the camera as a kids model, and when I grew up, when I was a teenager, I was doing modeling as well. So that was pretty much my first job. I just wanted to try out and see if I can actually do this by myself. So it's kind of like a challenge for me, because in school we can't really do whatever we want. So right after graduating, you have this strong urge to show people what you really want to do. So I only took about 1 month's holiday, 1-2 months break, and immediately I just felt like this is the time to do something. I can't sit around anymore. So I just started it, yeah. My urge was really strong. I did not think about working at all. I don't know, it just didn't cross my mind to work for somebody. I just wanted to show my talent in a way, like I want people to hear me. Yeah, I want people to see what I can do, because at that point of time I was actually doing a lot of DJing and modeling and styling, but I want people to know that apparel design is what I really do. And so I thought it's time for me to show people that this is really what I do. I mean, DJing and modeling, they are just fun jobs for me, part-time, just fun things, but not really what I was really interested to do. Now I think I found the balance, so there's nothing really that I don't like. I used to hate it because it's such a busy industry, It's full of last minute decisions or like impromptu plans, and it gives you heart attacks, like, oh, I have to submit by tomorrow, like, oh my god, it changed. So yeah, it was pretty much like this when I just started, and I couldn't really take it and handle the stress, because I thought, wow, why is it so tiring all the time? But now, because I finally found the balance, I realized that you do not really need to stick with people's plan all the time. This is your call sometimes. So if you think that there's not enough time to complete this, then give it another day. Just take it slow and chill a bit. I feel like it over like just this 1-2 years, it has really changed a lot, because as a designer, I've been approached many times by overseas trade shows. These are things that seldom come by last time. People won't really pay attention to an Asian designer who's actually based in Singapore. It's such a small country, right? So I feel like the fact that I'm getting noticed from these people overseas and they are all international platforms, I feel that they are already showing a lot of interest, and this interest has been changing so much because it's not only Korea. I mean, Korea has that fever maybe like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, but now I feel like it's not about those big Asia countries anymore. Now everyone is looking at the small Asian countries like Singapore, maybe even Jakarta or Thailand, like the smaller Southeast Asian countries. I received an email from the buyer of Patricia Field, and it was a very simple, casual email. So I was in shock because I'm not sure if it's a prank or like just a spam email. So I even went to Google the buyer's name and just to make sure this is the legit email, you see, because it came to me as a complete surprise because I have no idea how they even found Yesah. So I communicated with him and realized it's real. So I was just really excited and thrilled that someone in New York appreciates my brand. How I sharpen my style is because I always try different things. On different days, I can look different. So it never bores me. I think it doesn't really bore other people, like the audience as well. So I think that's what I do, just being versatile and just try different things on different days. Maybe I watch an old 60s movies last night and the next day I just feel like, oh, I feel like wearing a hat, you know. It's just a lot of feeling. Yeah, just see the mood. Yeah. So next step, the pretty near next step is that I will be joining Digital Fashion Week again this year, and this time I will be doing the runway show. Yeah, so it's gonna be, I'm not sure if I can say this, but it's going to be Singapore to Bangkok to Jakarta. So it's kind of like a tour, a fashion tour. So this is something I'm really excited about and working very busily with this project because I will be showing 30 looks, so it's a very heavy collection. Yeah, but I'm really excited about it because there's also a lot of interesting projects like a pop-up store in Bangkok for 6 months. So yeah, there's pretty much good things happening these days, and yeah, like I said, just being lucky.